Que pasa? Que paso? Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, depending on where you're watching and listening to this from. Uh, I'm AG the Dad, this shit talking Sundays, and this is the fitness tip of the week. Today, um, today we need to talk about proper food consumption. Uh, we need to talk about um, what's good for you, what's bad for you. Actually, I don't know. I'm not the fitness tip master, but you know what? Today is nutrition is a choice, and I'm gonna introduce you to the one, the only uh, Vince the Beast with Team Fitness Major. What's going on, Beast?
Hey, good evening to you and everybody else. What's going on, AG?
Man, I was trying to let everybody know about nutrition and stuff like that. But because I don't know jack squat about nutrition, that's why we got you today. Because from what I understand, nutrition, I mean, what we put in our body, it's, it's our choice. So maybe you can give us some pointers on what will you know give us more bang for our buck.
It's kind of important, just a smidgen. I mean, I think I might have mentioned it once, maybe three times, that nutrition is kind of important in your everyday health and lifestyle. I guess we can talk about it a little more.
I
But
think I think in the very very beginning of fitness tips, shoot, a year ago, man, it's been a year already. Uh,
yeah, time flies. But again, always great to be on and have this outlet. And again, I hope there's somebody on here can appreciate this, take some of this and apply it in their everyday life. Don't forget always like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification bell so that you can be locked and loaded, tuned in every single week on Shit Talking Sundays, every Wednesday at 6:30 for your fitness tip. Again, if you have any questions, comments, um, please drop us a line. Drop us a line live on air. Drop us a line via email, via text, whatever you need to do. Again, this is a show about you, for you, the listeners, to help educate and bring you guys to a better, healthier you. And there is not a better time to do that than this month. You know why? You know why, AG? AG, you there? Uh oh.
hello, hello.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, now I'm back.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. Were
I
you were
thought
you
you
able to
started doing
talk?
some planks or something. I thought you was getting started.
Hey, the Most High must be pushing me towards that, but I don't know where I was.
Absolutely. So, you know why this is a good month to start?
Cause kids are back in school. Kids are back in school. You ain't got nothing to worry about. That's easy answer. I already knew that because AG the dad is gonna be back in the gym. I got a buddy pass. Well, actually, my boy got a buddy pass, and he said he goes to the gym 7 days a week. So I got free gym membership. So I ain't got no excuses. So in 1 year, you're gonna see these 380s because it's I'm bigger than a 22. So
That's right.
this 380 is gonna turn into a 9 or a 40 cap. I ain't gonna go out on a limb and say I'm gonna have a 357 or a 44 Magnum gun, but it's definitely right now a 380, and it's gonna go to a 9 millimeter. You know,
I
hopefully in
think
the
I think
next
you get a I think you get a solid 45 up in there.
in 1 year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh. What about
Yeah.
6 months? 6 months?
Guns are easy to get.
Well, shit. You heard it. You heard it. If anybody out there needs um, consultation, call this man. He just told you he's gonna take a guy who's got a a little bit above a 22 caliber gun. I just call it a 380. And he said I could turn it into a 45 caliber. Huh. 1 year.
Well,
One year.
you got to work.
Consultation is free. I told you, buy one and and I'm gonna make him give you one. Buy a training session, get a free training session on him.
Well, you got to do that consultation, and we can talk about everything from there. You see
Absolutely.
what it says. Hit
Yep.
that line. But that is a good one. It is not because the kids are back to school,
Oh,
even though they are.
okay.
And I mean, once you get past the headache of registration, absolutely. But no,
No, no,
August
no, no.
is
Hold on. Registration is so much simpler now.
no.
It's all electronics. It's COVID friendly. They're like, hey, no, we don't need you to come in. We don't need you to do nothing. Only thing kids just gotta show up, get their stuff, and that's it.
Maybe at the school you guys are attending, but not mine.
Mm.
Um, but no, the August is actually National Wellness Month. So this month focuses primarily on self care, stress management, and creating healthy routines. So if you need an excuse, even though I don't call it that, but if you need an excuse to change and to start your health, do it in support of National Wellness Month. Let that be your why. Let that be your catalyst. Let that be the trigger, the springboard that propels you over to a better, healthier you. Again, August is National Wellness Month. So focus on yourself and your health, especially management, stress management, creating habits and routines. And that's why we're going to talk about this falsehood of nutrition and what healthy nutrition looks like, because people believe that I don't have a lot of choices, or I mean, I've had all types of questions like they must think this is back in the Captain America days where we had to you have to boil all your food. I've heard these things about boil all your food, no seasonings, nothing, just boiled meat and vegetables. And honestly, it could not be further from the truth. Even when I was competing, it couldn't be further from the truth. Because I can tell you right now, if I had to eat food without any type of seasoning or any type of taste or sensations, I would have never done it. I don't know what I would be or look like if that was the case, because it needs to have flavor. So I want to assist those that have that question or have that thought or are struggling with this with some simple things, some tips, some things you can do, and to explain to you that eating healthy, you have choices. And I mean, and one thing that's going good for us in this time of the world and where we are is healthy eating is so much simpler, and it's so much simpler for pretty much everybody. It doesn't matter if you are not eating pork only, if you just take all pork out your diet, if you're just taking all red meat out your diet. Doesn't matter if you're pescatarian, if you're vegan, if you're gluten free. All these things. There are so many options. Even eating out, but eating in, as far as finding recipes, there's books, there's all types of things on YouTube for all different styles and different health restrictions and or health criteria that you're trying to meet up with. So it does not matter pretty much what your diet is. There is a regimen for you, and there's so many ways to make it taste good. And I, obviously, in body, when I competed, understanding and learning this was so important because you have to, you are eating healthy. I mean, it's especially when you're getting ready for a contest, or if I'm getting ready for a video, or if I'm getting ready for a photo shoot. When I was doing all that, it was so important to maintain that lean body fat and to be pretty much competition ready, because you never know when you are have sponsors. This was one of my sponsors, Chiseled um, clothing wear. You never know when they're going to call you and say, "Hey, we need you to do a photo shoot the for the company," or "Hey, we need you to come and be a booth rep for a health event," or "We need you to go sponsor this show or promote this," or whatever, whatever. So it is primal to be in these good enough, like basically a good lean body mass, not competition per se, stage ready, but because you can't sustain that for months and months and months and months, your body will start having adverse effects, and then your body will stop adapting, and that's when you start having other struggles as far as getting ready for competitions. But as far as eating healthy, there are so many different ways, and I've had to learn them firsthand. Like I said, I was never into bodybuilding and competing. I didn't know all the nuances of nutrition until I went to school. But learning that and learning how to properly prepare my healthy foods, and also being able to enjoy it enough to where I'm going to sustain doing it, because you're eating the same, for the most part, same circle of foods every single day. So, but so I say that because so I'm saying that because now I tell people this: when you are eating healthy when you're just preparing your own food, when you're preparing healthy meals, it is all about the herbs and spices that you use. It's creating those flavors, and using things that help bring out the natural flavors in the foods that you're preparing. So preparation is so important when it comes to eating eating nutritious and making healthy choices when you come eating, and not getting completely bored. So I mean there are um, so many different recipes for different all the basic food, like healthy soul food. I remember when I was with Health Education Council, we had healthy soul food cookbooks. They have healthy Italian food cookbooks, um, um, Chinese healthy cookbooks, Japanese. There's so many different style, pretty much any lifestyle. But one thing you need to understand is the importance of having good seasoning, and that's a preference. It's not a gold standard. It is kind of what you like, the flavors that you like. For me, my base standard, or my base for my any type of meats that I'm cooking, would be lemon pepper, some form of either minced garlic or garlic powder. I like spice, so I like to use cayenne and or paprika. Those are two key things. With a lot of my poultry, even my seafood, I will put some ginger on there. So either the root itself, or buy the ground ginger, and those are a lot of my key staples. If it's just making like poultry, like chicken, making fish, turkey, those are some baseline things that I use. Now, depending on what I make, like those that follow me, um, I used to do Cooking with the Beast. Maybe I'll get back to that soon, and I would do little live um, videos of me preparing healthy different things like jambalaya, a healthy stir fry, um, spaghetti squash. Those are just a couple things I think offhand. But there are and or I just take little short videos or indoor pictures, showing these before and afters, showing what I use, But it is so important to understand the that how to prepare the food so that you can enjoy it. And so one of the things I wanted to highlight is, and again, well, before I get to that, some of the things it look like there is a question for us about quantity versus quality. Okay, um, quality is always best. I mean, and quantity really can kind of depend on what you're doing. If you're someone like AG and you're trying to bulk, obviously you want larger portions. If you're on maintain phase, you may be more moderate. If you are leaning out, you want to be more lighter on your caloric intake. No, I mean, I'm trying to, what you mean, if you mean by, I want to know exactly what you mean by quantity versus quality. If you're talking about quantity as far as portion sizes and or macros, a lot of it depends on those three factors I just named, just to be very base. Of course, getting with me and get a consultation, we could dive into a lot more in-depth detail when it comes to individuals, because it is all really individual based. It all depends on a lot of key factors, like what your goal is, where you are now, any restrictions, any health issues. There's a lot of questions and dialogue that needs to happen to give you a more pinpoint, accurate assessment of that. But let's say if, like AG wants to bulk, right? You want to build some muscle. You want to build a few pounds, put on a few pounds of muscle. In general, 7 days of the week you're eating, right? You're doing meal plans. So in general, you want to do majority of your days, you are slightly over consuming your output as far as your how much you burn throughout the day. That's why it's real good to have like a monitor, a watch, a waistband, not waistband, but a chest strap, an armband, something that tallies your caloric output on a daily. But in general, say out of on a 7 day cycle, you want to do about 4 days where you eat a little bit above your caloric output. So if you're average burning 3,000 calories, you want to go 32 to 3,500 calories, about 4 days out of that week, right? Then there's another 2 days where you want to go slightly below, maybe 200-300 calories below. And then there might be a day, at least for me, I always recommend having a day where you go on a low level. So again, if you're in a 3,000 caloric intake, maybe that one day that you do low, you're only doing about 2,000, 1,800 calories. And again, we can explain why that is a little more in depth, but it is to keep your body on a cycle and not getting complacent, basically, to keep it simple here. As far as quantity, quality. You always want to have um, quality foods, at least 75% if you're just generally active. If you want to have some real results, you want to be more in the 85% range as far as the quality of foods that you eat, as opposed to your earned meals or earned day. Um, so that's the best baseline answer for that question, which is a good question, and it's a question that is often asked, obviously, by a lot of people because they're not sure. But you always want to go quality. Now, I mean, our quality, of course, that that's the individual thing too. Like, what is quality to you? What do you gauge as quality? Are you talking about organic? Are you talking about um, fatty foods? Are you talking about foods that are low in sodium, low sugar? There's so many different ways you can tackle it. So again, I just want to give the baseline to generalize it for you. But again, good question. Again, if anybody else has questions, please drop us a line, just like the caller did, or messenger did, and ask away. Or AG has the number. You can call live, and you can call his number live. You can call my number live. That's my number. You can call my number live. The phone is right here. I will try to answer it, and I'll put you on speaker. If it's okay with you. If you don't want to be put on speaker, then I'll take you off. But and you can ask your question that way. There's the number for AG. You can call the show live that way because we want to answer your questions. We want to get get you pointed in the right direction. That's the website, Team Fitness Major. You can go on there for a free to sign up for your free consultation. You can also do a fitness survey and leave your information on there for me. We can reach out to you that way. So there's a few avenues to get in contact with us, so we can get you to the right direction. There's the email beneath that. You can hit the email up. So please drop a line, drop a comment. Let's get you going because this is again National Wellness Month. Let's go. So, like I was saying, as far as the spices and herbs, you decide that. And so I'm gonna list some things because I haven't started doing this yet, and I want to do it. I have to get out of this funk, and I don't know if AG, if you actually have any of this stuff, but I want to start growing some of my herbs, some of my roots and my herbs, just so I can have that access on deck. I know I lived in a house before that
No,
had lemons and had oranges.
no, oh, you're talking about those kind of herbs. My
No, no,
bad.
no. I'm just saying that's what I had before, but not no herbs and spice. I'm not talking about the ones that you
Yes, herbs and
inhale.
spice.
I'm talking about the
I,
ones that you ingest.
I ingested
Although you
too.
ingest those too.
I know, no, not the kind you talking about. Cause I'm a fitness guy. I would never, ever, ever do anything that's bad for me. Now, do as I say, not as I do. With that being said, yeah, I do have a garden in my backyard. I'm growing like mints and
Yep.
um, I had some strawberries in there, but I also had some lemongrass, for uh, inflammation and stuff like that because you want to have some of that. Um, I tried to do the potato thing, man, but it just didn't seem like it wanted to cooperate. So, but yeah, no, carry on, man. I just want to chime in and say,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it's been good. And I mean, mints is one of the ones on my list. I mean, you can grow those even in like in a container or let them run wild. There's a couple of different ways you can do that. And mints have a lot of great properties. Mint is really good for detoxing. I believe I mentioned that in when we did a couple of shows back about the detox. But mint is on the list. Um, you said which other one? It wasn't wheatgrass. It was uh, what was the other one?
lemongrass, lemongrass.
Lemongrass. Okay. Lemongrass is also even good. I haven't I haven't used lemongrass on any type like foods, but like I would think something like a pasta or like a jambalaya or something to cut that up and sprinkle some of that on there to give it some flavor. I mean, flavor is what really makes the meal. Like if people talk about how good food is, it's usually because they're talking about the natural flavors. Or just watch a cooking show. Because cooking shows, they talk about all these different flavors. You can taste this, you can taste that, and it can, especially if you're doing it as like a couple or as a family. Cooking can be so much fun, so you can have some enjoyment. Because for me, I don't like the prep. Like
Me
as far
neither.
as like chopping up and doing all the slicing and dicing, I don't like that. I don't personally like doing it that much. Now, if my daughter does it or something like that, if somebody does it for me, and I just do all the cooking and putting all the stuff in, oh yeah, I'll take that on.
Right,
Um,
right.
But I'm not. I don't like doing all the fine chopping and all that personally. I do it when I need to, but if I have a choice, that's just not a thing that I love to do.
So does that mean you
But
just leave some of your spices and herbs and stuff out, and you just um, you go bland?
oh no, that's sometimes again. That's why I use the cheat sheet. I go and get the I go and get the garlic powder, or I get the minced garlic. I get
Oh
like the
yeah, I do
chopped
that all the
onion.
time. Yeah.
Of
But
course, I use
you
the
know,
lemon pepper.
right? But you do know, or correct me if I'm wrong. Um, Bland will help you lean out, especially on chicken, non-fried foods. You know, baked foods. If you go, you know, with nothing on it, just whatever you're taking, that'll help lean you out.
No, no, not no, no, not necessarily. Like I said, if that was the case, if I had when I was competing, if I had to eat bland, I would have never been. I would have never made it to the stage. I would have never looked the way I look because I would have. I couldn't do it. So that's why it's even more important if you're eating natural because like if you're to say if if you're not frying it in a bunch of grease or in oil, or if you're not um, basking it with fat with some kind of fat, if you're not putting butter on it, you have to find ways to either bring out the natural flavors of the meat,
Mm-hmm.
things like lemon, stuff that helps break it down and to open up the flavors and to break down the content so you can create the flavors, or using different herbs, different spices, again, that you like that can help to bring some flavor to the food.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, when you're competing like the lean chicken, the baked chicken, the grilled chicken, the baked fish, the the fish cooked on a skillet with a little bit extra virgin olive oil, just enough for to keep it from sticking. All that stuff would be so boring. Not just boring, you get tired of it, but it just would be flavorless. And it was just like I was at the hotel. I was at the hotel this last week, and they had eggs, scrambled eggs. No, when I say no flavor, I don't think they put anything. I put some, they get the little pepper packet. I put pepper on it, and it still gave it tasted like nothing. I couldn't even eat it all. I had two, I like probably the equivalent of like two or three scrambled eggs, and I couldn't even eat it all because it just had no flavor. It was as bland as all out. So when I do like my scrambled eggs, if I'm not making an omelet, with the baby spinach and all that, I will put my baseline again. I'll put some garlic. I'll put some lemon pepper. If that's all I do, nothing else, that's what I will use. But if I'm making an omelet, of course I'll saute some baby spinach or some kale, some tomatoes, some onions. I chop up some onions, mushrooms. Um, I probably sprinkle a little bit of cheese. So different things like that. But if I mean, the flavor list can just sap the life out of your whole nutrition and health goals if you can't enjoy it. So you have to enjoy it, but you have to find out. You have to create different ways to do it. Like I said, you can chop it up, and with that, like chicken, for instance, like talking about chicken. There's so many different things you can do with that. You can just have chicken breasts, and then you can have like some vegetables on the side or a salad. You can make it a salad and chop it up and put it in the salad. Get some vinaigrette or some olive oil, or make your own with olive oil and vinegar. Make your own dressing. And of course, in the salad itself, you can put all the different things: cucumber, tomatoes, all these different things that create that flavor. Or with chicken, you can put some of the things I just mentioned. You can. Um, I have this one batch I make with chicken, where you get like a Ziploc bag, and you clean the meat, of course, put it in the bag. You put I put all the things I just mentioned, and then I put it's lemon ginger chicken. So I spray lemon in there. I'll put some um, vinaigrette in there, and I'll put a lot of ginger. And you shake, and I'll shake it up and let it marinate in there. And one good thing to do is to do a few slices of the meat, not to where you cut it open, but just to give it to give like little gashes so that it can seep into it, and you let it marinate. And if you let it marinate like overnight or for a few hours, it's just gonna soak up all that flavor even more. And then you cook it. You can grill it, or you can put it in the on the you can put it on the oven, or you can even put it on the skillet. Grilling, I don't like. I mean, I like grilling, but the one thing you got to be careful with grilling is that you don't kill some of the protein if you don't overcook it, because then you'll kill some of the protein. So that's important to look out for when you're doing that sort of thing. But there are so many recipes. But I've even made breaded chicken where where you would do the panko bread instead of using and you could bake that instead of frying it. French fries are the same way. You can marinate in olive oil and boiling water for a couple minutes and let that soak in, and then put whatever type of pepper or whatever you want to put on them, and then you can oven bake them. They're called oven, but by soaking it into the boiling water with the olive oil, it helps to give it that a little bit of greasy texture. I already mentioned spaghetti squash. So basically, you bake a squash, and then you just rake out. Once you rake it out, it looks like angel hair pasta. Of course, there's other things that are easier to make, like brown rice, um, couscous, quinoa, black rice. I have this 12 grain rice that I get from the international store. It has barley and all these um, different styles in there. You could do that for flavor. There's a black bean spaghetti, and think about spaghetti, and you make that right, and then you chop up some either chicken sausage or just some basic sausage, and you put it, and you can make like a spaghetti with that. That way you get some protein, you get some good healthy carbs. It's even then it's not super heavy, and then you put and then, but the sauce and the meat is how you create, and you could get some tomato paste, and you make your own. You don't use like the heavy sauces. You can make like get a little bit of tomato paste, and you chop your meat up. You chop, if you want to put some chicken in there or some shrimp, um, and then of course like your onions and things like that. There's so many different ways that you can do it. But I was asking about the growing thing because there's a lot of different herb stuff you can grow. Even some you can grow inside, and depending right now, there's some that you can grow because with how we are with the climate, how it's so hot and dry. Some stuff it won't grow. It won't grow because of the extreme heat. But like, there's some that you can grow inside. Like you can grow like sprouts inside. You can grow basil, which is another good thing that you can put on like what I just mentioned, like a jambalaya or spaghetti, things like that. You can do wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is really they have like the wheatgrass shots. Obviously, that's another good thing when you're detoxing to use the wheatgrass because it helps to cleanse you out. I mean, outside things, you already got one thing going. You got the mint. You can grow that. You can grow chives, parsley, all great things to add on to to garnish your meals. Um, Rosemary, which is another good thing. You could put that even in like tea and stuff. Like they have cleanses and detoxes with tea with rosemary. So there's quite a few things that you can grow that are that create flavor for one, but also can create you with some different flavors and have nutritional value. Like good for like weight loss, fat loss, um, cleansing, good for good for headaches, for colds. Things like oregano, thyme, um, rosemary. Those are all good cold busters and good for headaches. Things like that. Mint is also a good thing for headaches as well. Something you already got going. So like when you try having a headache, take some mint, put it in your tea, make some mint tea or some mint soup, put in your soup. There's so many things you can put it in, and of course that has a strong flavor like a ginger. You can definitely taste it when you have mint in something, or when you have um, um, rosemary, or when you have ginger. You can taste those things. Turmeric is another one that you can taste. Um, all good, all healthy things, but at the same time, they are things that can help you to um, give some type of a taste to your foods. And of course, again, depends on your goal. You can you can use like some little bit of barbecue sauce, or you can use uh, sriracha. You can use some wing sauce. They have different ones. They have some that are lower in sodium than others. So there's things that you can add to it and things that you can do that can help you to bring some flavor, and it's not going to just totally throw off and crash your diet. Um, you can put, of course, like with things like vegetables like the broccoli and stuff. People use cheese. You can use different cheeses. I mean, a little bit of cheese, again, that's not going to destroy your diet. If you're not using a pack of cheese on one bag of broccoli, you're fine. um, I like to use a vinaigrette or olive oil on mine. Let me think. It's like, of course, we talked about salads to bring different flavors out. To add that, chop your fruit meat up and put it in the salad. Um, Trying to think, but those are some great baselines, and those are some simple things you can do. Whether as far as growing them, as far as adding them to your nutritional plan, so that you can create a different flavor. And I mean, just think about what people do around like Thanksgiving and stuff. They make a turkey, they make a ham, and I've made ham and I've made turkey more on the healthier side before. Not every time, but think about turkey. You can chop it up and you can put so many things into your. You can make so many things out of it: soups and salads, things of that nature. Um, Lettuce wraps, tortilla wraps. There's things like they have like the wheatgrass tortillas wraps, or the whole wheat or organic, whole wheat wraps. They got spinach wraps. There's so many things that you can do to just bring a little bit of flavor, so that you don't get, and so many ways you can make it so you don't get bored with it. Because that's another thing that why people quit, because they get bored with eating the same thing over and over and over again.
Man, uh, I know a couple people who prep and they eat the same food every single day, 7 days a week. Same routine, been doing it for years. Lean as shit. When I say lean, I mean like maybe like 4%, 3% body fat. Like you grab their skin and it's like ridiculously there's nothing there.
Yeah,
Um, those are the people that are devoted. Me personally, I don't necessarily mind rocking a little bit of a dad bod. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, they say women like a little bit of pudge. If your shit is washboard, I think women feel like there's too many other women washing laundry on that board. So if you keep a little bit of a dad bod, you don't have to fight as many away. Because I know I already told you what it's like when I take these, when I put shorts on. Oh man, forget about it. My legs, look, I come from the era of UPS because I'm an ex UPS guy. Um, Not that I'm endorsing them, um, but I came in during the era of the brown shorts. So, you know, all I'm gonna say is, hey, it is what it is. But
I know you have other shows that talk about just things like that, like having a little bit of fat versus washboard. Now, I mean, I can speak on it from both sides because I've
Mhm.
been on both sides of the track. Um, there's I mean, that's a whole nother subject. That's another show. But there's so many things that it boils down to. It's just like women, it's all about your preference. It's like, people have preferences about what type of a booty women have, or how they women look, how they curves or no curves, or top or bottom, or so many different aspects. I mean, so I say this to say that you talk about your friends that are like, single digit body fat, and it all depends on what your goals are. If that's not your goal, which I would say most of our viewers and listeners on here, that is not their goal.
Absolutely not.
You don't have to. Again, it doesn't have to be like a 7 days a week. Like I said, I kind of gave you a little breakdown. Like you can have an earned meals throughout the week. You can have an earned day throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
But the key word, and that's why I never call them cheat meals, because you should not. You're not cheating if you earned it. You know, it's just like working. Like if you work 5 days a week and you have 2 days off, you're not cheating the system because you took 2 days because you have 2 days off. If you've done went to work and you've done your 9 to 5 and you busted your butt and dealt with all the crap at work and all this that and the other, all the nuances throughout the week, you've earned it. If you did the work, you've earned it. Now, if you don't do the work, then you haven't earned it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where people, that's where you see some people like they worked out 2 days in the week, but then they go on a bender for 2 days. Like you didn't earn any of that. 2 days doesn't. You need to work out. You need to do healthy activities, physical activities for at least an hour most days of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So in 4 days, again, unless you're doing some type of a set plan where you're doing a full body workout, or like a CrossFit workout 3 days a week, and it's an intense training where you're busting, you're doing 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then you're off the other days. As far as stressful exercise, like if you're stretching and stuff in between those days, which is always recommended, some type of stretch therapy or healing therapy, massages, stretching, yoga, whatever. But if you're doing that, that's one thing. But typically, again, we're talking about people that are more generalized, most likely on this show for this particular show, and these people in the group, at least 4 days a week, and you want to do at least, I say minimum of 45 minutes. But when I say 45 minutes, I mean the 45 minutes is a world workout. And not say that an hour can mean you could be more. You have a lazy workout, but you can do a little break of protocols. Like I just did. Let me see what my numbers. I just did a workout um, right before the show, and it was like 35 minutes. But it was an intense circuit. I burned like 400 calories. So again, I talked about it before on one of these shows before. It's about the training style and how to get how to as the call suggest as the messenger said earlier, quantity versus quality. It was the quality of that 40 minutes or that 35 minutes that that were most important. It's not about how long you do it per se. It's the how intense the workout is. Time under tension. We talked about that. Again, if you don't remember, or if you wasn't around then, or if you haven't heard it, or if you just want to hear it again, or if you want to share it with a friend, go on to the YouTube. and look up the show all here on Shit Talking Sundays with AG the Dad and yours truly, and listen to that show. I mean, these are things, all these things that we're talking about are things that are not going to soak in the first time or the second time. It may not even soak in the third or fourth time, but these are things that you can always go back to help confirm or renew your mind or to refresh it or to just to have to build that keep that knowledge strong on your mind or again to share with somebody else. These are all these things are things that you can go back and you can repeat to listen to. um, but again, definitely tell everybody because we want to build that base. We want to build that algorithm. We want to inspire many. We want to we want AG to the Shit Talking Shit Talking Sundays to be the next YouTube thing to be building up and to build that algorithm. So it is so important, and it's not just that, but you're getting some good stuff when you tune into the shows. Not just mine, but any of the shows. You're getting some good nuggets. Like I pop in and listen to other shows. They got the Monday show. I caught it on what was it Monday. I caught a little bit of the new morning show on Monday. I mean, so you get good stuff and multiple days a week now. So you need to go on and get on that and check in and make it happen.
It's funny that you say that because I brought another thing on that's going to premiere this Monday. Uh, we all saw before I had the message with Pastor Phil, um, but it's really just the message. And I found another spiritual advisor um, that I reached out to, and I have another message. And every first Monday of every month at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going to air the message. It's just going to be a spiritual message between me and a person who really practices um, the spiritual development of lost souls. Um, and she told
Nice.
me to tell you hi, by the way, because she knows who you are. So I'm not going to say her name, but I will say it's the message with Coach B. Um,
Yeah, I
it,
saw that earlier.
it premieres on it premieres this Monday. It's a
Awesome.
spiritual message for everybody because, like I said, Shit Talking Sundays was created so that I can get your attention with the shock factor of the name, the title. But to be honest, I just want to make sure that I provide you um, information that helps you think a little deeper and think outside the box. Um, the more people that get on to this, the more I'm going to be able to reach out. So, like the bee said, the more you share, the more people you help to get to subscribe, uh, the more notifications, the more comments, the more we can make this algorithm grow, the more people I can touch, and the more people that I'm going to bring to y'all. So we're one community of Shit Talking Sunday people, and why not try to grow together? Let's make this happen. Uh, we by At least me, by no means am I making any money doing this. I'm actually doing this just because I want to provide information. Mondays we do a shit talking with sensible Sherry. She's a school district. Um, she's on the school, one of the school districts in Oregon, and we talk about some of the issues that are going on in our children's community as far as school is concerned. And I think if you are a parent, you definitely want to tune in on Mondays at 9 a.m. And then on Tuesdays, a friend of mine has multiple sclerosis, and we talk about her journey as a warrior. And she she just talks about her her MS Journey with Consimta in the Light of a Warrior. That's on Tuesdays at 6. Obviously, Wednesdays, you've tuned in. It's every Wednesday. We have the fitness tip of the week with Team Fitness Major, the beast himself to my left or right, depending on how you're looking at it. To me, it's my right. So, but anyway, we do the fitness tip every Wednesday at 6:30, and church service, morning service every Sunday at 9:30. We air Calvary Christian Center with Pastor Phil over there. Really good uh, sermon. So if you need the Most High in your life, you need to tune in. There's a lot of things going on. It's just going to grow and get bigger. I got a lot of things getting ready to, in the pipeline that's going to be coming. If you need to get your financial uh, life in order for your future, for your children's future, uh, send me a message. AG the Dad at shittalkingsundays.com, and I will refer you to someone who can help you get an IUL. Uh, it's a type of retirement plan, life insurance that will help you succeed in the future and help your heirs uh, have a better future as well. Um, but yeah, I mean, you gave us all a bunch of great jewels. I mean, is there anything else you want to give us before you go?
Yeah. So one thing I want to start being more aggressive with this with the message. So if you haven't already done it, go on to Facebook and follow me on in my my page, Fitness Major. Very simple. Follow my page, and you can also hit me up at Team or follow me on Team Fitness Major on um, Instagram, and of course my YouTube is also Fitness Major. So we're going to be putting more content out. That is the goal to kind of keep keep up with the Joneses and to get that message out more. So I'm going to be doing some Facebook Live, more Instagram Live, and putting more YouTube videos out, speaking about various things. Because um, I'm going to be on live tomorrow morning. I'm going to be talking about something that I saw uh, on the Good Day America, actually, when I was out and travel and it was with a fitness expert. So I'm going to it's going to be a short little live video, a little short message, and a lot of times I'm going to be doing different things like breaking down some misnomers or breaking down what some people might say and kind of either debunk that or state my opinion or my agreements to it, or giving a little nugget about the fitness tip of the week. So there's going to be some other things I'm pushing out. So subscribe to those. I mean, I'm on TikTok and Snapchat as well. I'm trying to keep working on that. But as far as I'm gonna start doing some live videos, little short live videos. And of course, if I'm doing live about a certain thing about that topic, if you have a question why I'm doing the topic, feel free to type it in, whatever your question is or your comment, um, and we can go from there. But I want to continue to, um, as fitness major, want to continue to build that understanding and build that knowledge and build, because that's what it's about, educating. And I want to be not just a trainer, but I am an educator. I want to educate the group. I want to educate people about this fitness lifestyle and this health journey so that you can be more informed and to get you going again. That's the whole purpose of why it's called Fitness Major, because fitness is a major component, it's a major part in my life, and I want it to be a major part in your life. So um, subscribe to those, check them out. Of course, always come on to the Shit Talking Sundays every Wednesdays, and so that we can have a chat on here or answer questions here live as well. So that's what we're here for. Change begins with you, and I want to give you the tools to help you change.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. If you haven't caught up on all the episodes, this is your first time tuning in, go back. We've got a lot of episodes. And I'm going to tell you like this: if you're a frugal shopper, if you're a couponer, um, let's just call it what it is, a cheapskate. Uh, I, uh, I ain't got no
Bargain
problem.
hunter.
A bargain hunter. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with it because
Hey,
this is the reason why I'm
there's
providing
nothing
this.
wrong with looking for a deal.
Ask your questions, get all your fitness questions answered here for free. It might take a little while, but all your questions could get answered for free. So for me, hey, you see what I'm doing? I got a slew of shows that I did with Vince the Beast. For me, it was an ingenious idea, and I'm letting you in. I'm giving you value. I'm allowing you to get into my world, use my plug to ask all the questions that you need to ask and get them all answered for free. And if not, and if you need it a little bit faster because summer's almost over, or you want to be prepared for winter when it's snuggle time to keep your boo boo warm, uh, call this number. He'll give you a free consultation. He'll help you get on the right path to gain or lose, whichever the one is that you want. Um, Utilize it, take advantage. If you don't, your loss. I know I'm gaining everything I need. The loyal fans out there are. Um, but hey, like I said, change begins with you. Mindset, I used to believe is everything, but I've decided. One of my friends reminded me that no, mindset isn't everything. It's just the beginning. Once your mindset is right and you're ready to get physically fit, in shape, get healthy, whatever you want to call it, because it doesn't have to be that your mission is to be the next Lou Ferrigno. Because let's just face it, if you're tuning into this, you're probably older than a high school kid, and it's getting close to too late to be Lou Ferrigno. But we can be healthy, we can be in shape, we can listen to Shit Talking Sundays fitness tip of the week every week on Wednesdays and get the information you need. Uh, is that it? Are we? Is you done or is we finished?
I mean, that's it. I mean, you just gave. I mean, we talked about two of my favorite four-letter F words: food and free. I'm
Oh,
good.
I thought it was two other F words that I'm not going to talk on here. But hey,
Well, those are again, those are two of my favorite. I mean, free,
those two other
food.
favorite.
I
There's
mean, you're perking my ears right just when you bring those
there's
two up.
AM there's AM favorites and there's PM favorites.
There you go.
But hey man, thanks for showing up every Wednesday, volunteering your time. Please, everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I've left his number up here for a reason. One of these days, one of y'all out there is gonna have the nerve to just call him during one of these live sessions, even if it's to prank call him. You know, uh, we need to figure it out. If you want to be a guest on the show and really, really thoroughly interview the beast, reach out to me. Here,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you
that'd be
I'm gonna
awesome.
give you my
I
hotline
would love
number.
that.
You call me, AG the dad. You call me direct. This is my direct hotline phone number. You call me directly on that. I will make sure that I figure out a way to get you on the show to have you ask a few questions to the man and see if you can get some of your questions answered. I'm just trying to give you as many jewels as I can live because your
Living
question
color.
might be my question. So look, um, I'm glad that everybody that tuned in. I'm glad everybody is healthy because if you weren't, you wouldn't be watching the show. Um, and if you want to stay healthy and get healthier, keep watching. Go back, watch the other ones. You don't have to wait a whole week. You can knock out seven of the past episodes between now and next Wednesday if you just want to do one a day like a vitamin. Because healthy is not a when I feel like it. Healthy is a lifestyle. If you don't live it, trust me, you ain't gonna feel it. And as you get older, you're going to realize that a healthy you earlier is a healthy you later. A partier, a just beating up your body when you're earlier, when you're later, you gonna feel it. Prime example, when you look at people out there in the world and you go, damn, what happened to them? Did they get hit by a freight train? Nah, they partied hard. They partied really hard. Look back at some of the people you went to school with, for some of you older folks, if this helps to motivate you. Remember all the hot guys and hot chicks that everybody was gawking over back in the day in high school? If you did a Where Are They Now? Most of the nerds are the hot guys now. Most of the nerds are the hot girls now. And most of the fine ones are single baby daddies or single baby mamas, and tell them Large Marge sent you. Because I'm telling you, no disrespect to some of my old school buddies that I used to think were fine, but some of y'all need to take some fitness tips, because life is not all that partying. I'm glad I didn't party as much, because I know I don't look my age. If I didn't have this, people would know my age. Correct. Tell me if I'm wrong. You got my email. Email me. If you just want to talk shit back. I mean, let's get this shit motivated. Let's get this shit moving. I'm giving you every way for you to get healthy. So, Vince the Beast, what else? None? We done? We finished? All right. Well, everybody out there.
I'm having a protein shake.
Yeah, protein shake. Yeah, I'm about to eat dinner. Remember, the message will premiere this Monday at 6:30, and then every first Monday of every month, the message will also air with Coach B. She is a chaplain, and me and her talk about some good spiritual, just talk. They say where two or more gather, I am there. So the Most High works in mysterious ways. The Most High has placed her in front of me and in front of y'all to try to help motivate y'all to be a better you. And hopefully, if we're doing something that maybe you can help correct with us, man, hit us up. I'm always open to better understand what I'm doing wrong. I'm not too proud of an individual to admit if I was wrong. And that's the problem with people these days. Everybody's scared to say, man, that was my fault, man. Don't let your pride end something that can be easily taken care of, okay? I'm AG the Dad. I ain't got nothing but love for everybody out there. Remember, each one, teach one, educate everybody around you, because change begins with you. And if you don't want to educate them, we'll never grow, ever. All right? Love ya. Peace.